Hey y'all, welcome to my channel again. Today I'm gonna cook some lamb chops, okay? Let me cut my stove on. I already got my olive oil in the pan, and this is what I used as far as, the olive oil. I just put a little bit in there. So I'm gonna let this pan get hot. Yeah, this is a big pan. This is one of my favorite pans. Actually, yeah, like I said, this is one of my favorite pans I like to cook in. It's pretty big, and this is a good pan. Okay, so over here, I've already washed my meat. I have my lamb chops. Okay, I have some onions cut up here. I don't know if you guys can really see it, but onions, and I have the 2 garlic cloves cut up in there too, and I have my green peppers here. Okay, while the stove is getting hot, I'm gonna go ahead and over here I have my season. This is what I'm going to put in it. I have seasoned all, onion powder, black pepper, salt, Worcester sauce. I have some thyme, and this right here, this is some Herbal Delight. I got this from my local farmer's market. It has like rosemary, thyme. It has some other seasons in there. Parsley, red pepper, garlic, kosher salt, all that good stuff. But I normally, when I just bought this, so I've only used this a couple times. It's pretty good. But normally when I cook my lamb chops, since I said I just got this, I just use all this, everything I just showed you, and I use just regular rosemary. Rosemary on lamb chops, I tell you, y'all, it is so, so, so good. Okay? So, okay, while my pan is heating up, I'm going to take a little of this olive oil right here and pour it all over my, kind of move this stuff. It's kind of crowded over here, y'all. I got to work with the space that I have. Kind of drizzle it. Even though I've coated the pan with this, I'm going to kind of drizzle this over there. Okay? I'm going to take my little brush here. Kind of let that, rub that in there. Because this is going to give it, this olive oil is going to give it, it's going to give it flavor. Because y'all know that's flavor in that olive oil. Olive oil is good, and it's good for you. Okay? So I'm just put that back in there. Okay. Let me get my seasons. I'll be going back and forth here. Maybe I should have had my seasons over here, but I mean, okay, I've already got my setup. So let me sprinkle. This is season all. Sprinkle that on it. Okay. Okay. Let me reach over here. Get my onion powder. Sprinkle that on there. A little bit of that on there. Okay. Some black pepper. Sprinkle that on there. Just a little bit of salt. I'm not going to use a lot of salt. Okay. Salt. Okay. Well, I think my oil is hot enough. I'm going to go ahead and put my green peppers in the pan. And my onions. Okay. I got to get all that out of there, y'all. You don't want to waste nothing. Okay. You don't want to waste nothing. Okay, there we go. Okay. Now these little dishes right here, my stepson, he came by the house the other night, and I was back in the back asleep, and he left these for me. And I was like, oh wow, this is something I can use, to cut up my little veggies and stuff. So, thank you, son. Okay. Getting back to this. Okay. I need to get something to stir this up with. Okay. Might have to put a little bit more oil in the pan. But, let me put, I always like to do this, you guys. I always like to take and put season on my veggies that I put in the pan. And the reason why I do this is, sprinkle. This is, while this is cooking, these are your flavors. So I like to cook it. I like to season my meat, whatever I'm cooking. If I'm cooking a steak or cooking lamb chops, I like to cook it, let it be seasoned from the bottom to the top. Yeah, from the bottom to the top. Oh, that's what's gonna make it good, y'all. Season your pot from the bottom to the top. Even when you're doing your greens and stuff, I use onions in my greens. I don't use the bell peppers, but you know, whatever you're using, I put that season on the onions, a little oil in the pan, and I let that heat up, and that way my pot is seasoned from the bottom to the top. So that's where the goodness comes in at, okay, y'all? Okay, let these sweat a little bit. Whatever you do, when you're doing this, make sure you don't burn it, because if you burn it, your pot, it's not going to be good. You have that burnt taste throughout your pot, so you don't want to burn this, you know. All you're doing is letting it sweat. And y'all, I'm going to put a little bit more olive oil in here so I don't burn it. Okay. And y'all, this right here, I tell you, it smells so good. Okay, while that's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and get this is my season. It's Italian season. And like I said, it's got a little bit of everything in it. Some goodness in it. Yeah, it smells good too. Sprinkle this on here. And like I say, if you don't have this, use some regular rosemary in everything else that I put in here. Okay? So, then I'm going to sprinkle a little thyme on here, not much. And see, y'all, I didn't use a lot of salt, because all this that I'm putting in here now, all that's going to be my flavor without the salt. And that is cooking smart. Okay, just stick that right there. So, let me reach over here and get a fork. Okay. Get these lamb chops to going. I don't know if you guys ever tried lamb. Lamb is expensive, but it's good for you, and it's a very, very tender meat. Very tender. Okay, let that roll around in there, because I didn't get that much seasoning on this. I'm going to put a bit more of this on it. Okay. Just putting a little seasoning on this one, because this one was at the bottom and I didn't really get no seasoning on it. So, okay. So I want to do them all the same. Okay.